right, guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 of Muay TV. We got Ezra Regan, I'm Justin Samaro, and our guest, Eddie Abasolo. We just want to give a quick special thanks to James and Mark, the owners of the gym, for letting us do this podcast here, and Chris for doing the media production. Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
Hollywood. Let's go. So, what's going on, Eddie?
Oh, just chilling. Got the family at the 4 Points, and they're just chilling in the pool, enjoying the fruits.
Yeah, man, we really appreciate you taking the time to come up and talk to us.
Yeah.
How was the drive?
It was good. I slept the whole way. My wife drove.
What? Man, that's the way right there. So, which way did you come up? 80?
Yeah.
And then how many bridge tolls? How many bridge tolls to get from where you live in the Bay to...
No bridge tolls coming here, but it's just going to be one bridge toll going back.
Is that the Benicia Bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that drive at least twice a week. I was living in Burlingame, down on the peninsula. Damn. And just the bridge tolls per month, over $100,
Yeah, man.
And then, but man, from
every day?
No, I would do it 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I was doing the commute up here to the gym, and I was living with my lady down there on the peninsula. And I would leave here at 9, and I could get to San Francisco in an hour and 20 minutes, when there's no traffic.
Yeah.
It was actually a fun drive. I miss it. I miss the Bay a lot and the weather, and then I do not miss the bridge tolls.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I still have that fast track. Due notice. Sending it to me.
Don't mess with the Golden Gate bridge toll people.
Yeah,
they will hit you with like $100 late fee.
Oh yeah.
So 10, or how much is it? 10 to go over the Golden Gate.
Something like
8 to 10, something like that.
So if you're late, it'll end up be like 120.
Damn. Maybe I should open that envelope.
You guys gotta be. You should be ashamed of yourself. Like, I just forgot about it. It was on my kitchen.
And now they don't have anybody at the tolls anymore, so you don't actually, hand over the money. So you're like, you just blow right past it, and then they send it to you in the mail,
and then you forget it. Yeah. Who checks the mail?
Well, that, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to pay that thing. So you just kind of like, you hope it just goes well. I guess that's my financial advising right there.
But again, really appreciate the support, man. You're the man, watching you on TV on the big stage with 1FC. Man, we're just cheering you on. You're representing NorCal martial arts and Muay Thai, and
means a lot.
Yeah, and right now, as far as the men go, aside from Pope Choi's team, you're the only male American fighter in 1FC as far as the kickboxing and Muay Thai goes, right?
No, man, his name, he's a real good friend of mine, which is why it's bothering me too.
Yeah.
The American Ninja from Florida Kickboxing. He fights in one.
10 Pow.
10 Pow.
Yeah.
Ace of 10 Pow.
So when's his? I haven't seen him. When's his next fight?
I'm not sure, but
well, that's great.
He's up there as well.
Yeah, I was wondering about him. He's a fantastic athlete and fighter.
Yeah.
But before we get into 1FC, we definitely want to hear more about that. I love an origin story. Like, how did you get into martial arts?
Yeah.
Your original style. Maybe you can take us down that road a little bit.
Yeah, well, I've been in martial arts ever since I was a kid, as far as I can remember, because my dad, he was a black belt in Kaji Kempo, right? And they used to train in South Vallejo, and I just remember as a kid, being in the dojo and in the karate school, and just practicing and training, and then kind of fell off for a bit. Not fall off, but my dad put me into Little League, So I did Little League all the way up to high school baseball, and wrestled in high school as well. And after high school, I just kind of like floated. I did a little bit of music here and there for a couple years, and then I just found a Muay Thai gym in Vallejo, and then went there, tried it out, didn't take it too seriously in the beginning, you know.
Which gym was this?
This was Warriors Muay Thai in Vallejo.
Was that Crew Trey?
Yeah, Crew Trey. He was the man for that. My first teacher. He taught me a lot, you know. Real traditional teaching. Our school was real traditional, so it wasn't just about, you know, combinations and stuff like that. We got to know the art and fall in love with it, and what it was about and what it represents. And maybe after 2 years, I started falling in love with it and getting kind of good at it. And then I was like, oh man, you know, I'm kind of good at this. Maybe if I just became addicted to it, you know, and obsessed over it. If this was anything else, I would need an intervention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But since it's something positive, you know, it's okay.
Yeah, and doing well, right?
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at where it's taking you.
I know,
It's
man,
amazing.
and that's why I can't give this up. To this day, there's times where I feel like, man, I just, you know, I'm done.
So Eddie,
but-
Kajikembo,
Yeah.
Bay Area Kajikembo.
Yeah.
Hey, so my dad's from Oakland. I'm from the East Bay originally. I'm from Hayward.
And I'm from Antioch.
But my
Valville.
dad,
okay.
my
Both
dad,
split parents.
my dad's a high-ranking black belt in Kajikembo.
Oh, yeah?
Out of the Bay Area. And then my dad met Bruce Lee on a couple of occasions.
Oh, damn.
That was all going on in the '60s. I wonder if our dads know each other.
I bet you they do,
I
because
bet
at Sonny's gym, Train for Life, they have the tree.
Yeah.
That the big paper of the tree, you know.
It's
and
still alive. They
all
go.
the names and everything's connected. I'm almost 100% positive.
Yeah.
That.
My dad's a sixth Dan.
Oh man.
So he goes in way back. And you know who else is Bam Still? You know the referee?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
an old Kajikembo head.
Yeah.
You know?
Is that one of the IKF?
He's an old fighter, but he was a referee. He's not in our area anymore. He actually had a health problem.
Yeah.
He was in the
I
hospital.
remember.
He made a recovery and he's back to reffing. I think he's promoting too. He's been
yeah?
trying to get some, I think, above the waist kickboxing maybe.
Oh.
And I'm like, you know,
Bringing
it's
that
gonna
back?
It's going to be tough to
Yeah.
find the guys that want to do that. But
Yeah.
that's interesting. Also, out of Crew Trey's and Warrior, I just ran into Crew Trey at Rising Stars. And
Yeah.
I was like, man,
Same.
I haven't seen you for years. It'd been like 10 years. And I'm like, what gym? What gym are you from? He's like, I'm Crew Trey from Warrior. I'm like, oh. And then, were you stablemates with Aaron all the way back then?
Aaron
You're
Llewellyn, the one that
Yeah,
trains with me now.
yeah.
He trained up in Sac. We had both. There was a gym there in Vallejo, and then there was like a sister gym up in Sac.
Yeah.
And we would cross train here and there, but that's where he was staying, and I was in Vallejo. But yeah, me and him, we go way back.
Yeah, we crossed paths at Sitmanchai in Thailand. I know he went out there and fought out of that gym a couple times.
Yeah.
And man, he would pull up with his style and his hair, and he would rock the pad sessions. And,
Yeah.
really good. Hope to see him in action.
Yeah.
Get him busy.
Soon, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when was your, back to the origin stories, when you were talking about the first like 2 years and you were kind of starting to get a groove and getting the hang of it, when did you start doing any fights? Did you jump right into amateur, or did you do any or PKBs something to do back then, or?
Yeah, at the time they were just smokers.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
you guys remember smokers?
Yeah, well, I
Like-
guess they still call them, and now they're like PK point kickboxing, or
Yeah.
guess we still call
It
them
was like
smokers.
that, but back then nothing was sanctioned. It was just everyone shows up, to a gym or wherever the event is. Most of the time it was at a gym. Sometimes it was in a backyard. And it's like, okay, who's fighting? Like, everyone weigh yourself, write your weight down. There was a few times where they would just have people stand next to each other and make a weight line, like stand where you think you fit in.
Right.
You know what I
It's like
mean?
sparring. Like
yeah.
you're next to the guy who you're same height.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know who you're gonna fight. You show up and you, like, off top, you're looking around like, oh man, I think me and him look like the same size. We might end up fighting or this and that.
And you have no idea what their record is. It's just all about,
Yeah, we're just
height
out there.
and weight.
Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, I got about 36, close to 40 of those under my belt, because they were doing them every 2 weeks, every month. Sometimes there was back-to-back weekends.
You did 40 smokers?
Close to 40. I would say 36, 38.
Let's
something
go.
like
That's
that.
busy.
I start to
That's
lose count after.
You're doing like
That's
12,
like some Thai shit, right?
doing like
Yeah.
12 a year.
Yeah.
And were those with any type of protection, shin guards, headgear?
Yeah, headgear,
Yeah.
gloves, shin guards. There was no elbows. There was one time where I had to wear the chest pad.
Okay.
And I went off that fight just because I felt like I couldn't get hurt.
Sure.
You know, I was just
Send
going
it.
forward. Yeah, sending it. But yeah, afterwards, there would always be like barbecue, and everyone who just fought each other is just kicking it, chilling. You know what I mean? There was never no drama because we knew we were going to see each other next weekend.
Yeah.
Or, 2 weekends later. And if this person got me today, I would get this person back. Like that was the goal next time, because you're going to see these same people.
Yep.
But that's how I got my experience, and I feel like that's why I was comfortable by the time I got to amateurs.
I miss the smoker.
Yeah.
And, you know what? The smokers organized at some of the gyms with the older generation running it were some of the best shows and best matchups. And yeah, I mean, the smokers still going on with the PKB. We're still doing it. They just there's a lot more money being made, and but the sport's growing. But yeah, I really miss that era. We were just talking about in the '90s when I got involved with my brothers.
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to fight amateur until you were a certain age, 17 or 18.
Oh yeah.
They didn't even allow juniors to do full contact kickboxing.
Yeah.
So the sport's come a long
Damn,
way.
that's crazy.
You had to do smokers and wait, to make your debut.
Yeah.
But
Once you
yeah,
reach a certain age.
the Anafob, the Richmond smoker, we had some of the most banger, fire, high level fights there. I remember one of my fighters, Krevy, got back. He fought in Thailand, and he got back and was just so crispy, and they matched him up with one of Pacific Rings guys. I forget his name. Forgive me, but they just put on a show, and it was just for Muay Thai, right in the streets of Richmond. It was just raw, and everyone appreciated the level of the Muay Thai. Even the moms that were cooking the food, they were like, "Thank you." They were telling Krevy, "The beautiful Muay Thai." Even the ladies knew the Muay Thai. It was sick.
That is cool. Was it like some traditional Thai food and being
Hell
served
yeah,
there and stuff?
Yeah.
I love
The
when
Thais
they
know how
do
to
that.
cook, man. In the Bay, they're getting down in the parking lot.
Yeah.
But Eddie, what's up with the no style? One thing I've always dug about you is you have a very unique approach, and especially in Muay Thai. Muay Thai is so much about the traditional form of Muay Thai, even how the game is played, the pace, the style. I've watched you teaching and explaining some of your method, and that's a very unique approach. Also, some unique approaches don't work. You're using your style at the top level. Can you speak on that?
As far as
Just like how did you learn that from someone? Is that something you developed on your own later? Or?
like the way I see the game.
I guess you're kind of like,
Because
you're
my coach would
boxing,
never let me
like,
switch. Like we're never doing, or like experiment that much. You know what I mean? It was more rigid, and this is the way you're gonna do it.
You like the Thai up like that traditional Thai style, and then you definitely, from what I see, is like a heavy boxing. Because you do kind of move your head, lead with the head a little bit more than that spinning back elbow. Kind of like dip under that left arm. But
you talk on no stance. You're like, there's no stance. There's this foot in front. It's all about balance. And things like that.
Yeah. Now, like when I say there's no stance, obviously there is a stance based off of what stance I'm standing in. That it just creates different angles. One of many reasons why I may switch my stances is because I don't see nothing from this angle. So I'll switch to this angle, and different holes will present themselves. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But
did you learn that? Did your original coaches, is that the style that they taught you? Developed that on your own more?
Yeah. Just by being obsessed with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now I was taught, okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is how it's done. This is the technical way. You can't. I was taught just like everyone else was taught, you know. But I just always internally was like stubborn. You know, like, you can't do this. You're not supposed to move your head or do this a certain way or step a certain way. And it was like, let me show you how to do it.
Yeah.
You don't know how to, like, with all due respect, you know, just in my head and in my heart, I'm like, I know how to do it, and I know I can make it work. You say it can't be done because of X, Y, Z, but it's not that it can't be done because of X, Y, Z. It can't be done because you choose not to be aware of X, Y, Z in the moment. They say don't circle into the power side because you're gonna get caught with the power. But what if their power is the left hook? You know what I mean? If I'm facing, is their lead side if I'm facing someone orthodox?
Right.
I can circle to the power side as long as I'm aware of what I'm walking into,
right?
Which, regardless of whatever I'm walking into. Don't do this because of this. Doesn't mean we should stop or abandon the technique. It's like, okay, you circle to this side. For example, I'm using circling. You could circle to the power side. Just be aware of what you're walking into. You can duck. Just be aware of what you might be ducking into. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that.
Right.
I'm just constantly trying to break the rules, but as close to the rules as possible. You know what I mean? Like, I have the same basics as everyone. I'm not trying to be anything fancy or anything different. To me, sometimes I get confused because some of the questions that I get asked from students or whatever, I feel like my knowledge, a lot of my knowledge is basic knowledge, and I'm just confused because I'm like, man, you guys don't know this? Like, I feel like everyone knows this.
Right.
You know, so to me it's normal.
Yeah,
you got to go back and brush them up, but bring them back in.
Yeah, but then that also keeps me close to the basics, constantly having to remind others
learn it
of the basics.
Go over the basics.
Yeah.
Coach you touched on that just after sparring yesterday, Thursday, where you said, you know, the basics are important, but, you know, as you learn those basics and you get those fundamentals down, you know, put your flavor on it. You know, use your IQ. You know, if you feel like, you know, how you're saying, you know, if it doesn't look right from that position, well, if you can, you know, switch the stance, move it up, then try that out. And that's a really good point, where if you're not, you know, you get so focused on like, this is what I'm, you know, my stance, this is my, you know, my game. But then if you free your mind of that, switch the stance up and start thinking of like, yeah, I'm a little off balance here, but what can I achieve? You know, like.
But all that takes time as well, you know. I feel like, you know, we'll take a class and then that's it. Like, some of us may think, okay, I trained for the day, but it's like I took a class, but now that's instructional work. I'm following directions, and I'm trying to do those directions from the teacher to the best of my capabilities. Whatever it may spark, I'm not gonna like try to go off course of the structure of the drill right now. Like, I'm gonna save those thoughts, and then once class is over, I'm gonna go work on those myself and fail and see where they succeed and everything in between. You know, it takes a lot of time and a lot of reps by ourselves to figure out the way our style, the way we speak, the language of 8 limbs. That we all have the same weapons. It's just how we put it together.
100%.
Well said.
Yeah, my teaching method has always been very rooted in the fundamentals, and I really lay down a solid foundation and make sure that my student has a grasp on the fundamentals before I allow experimentation. I think at an intermediate and advanced level, the teacher should encourage experimentation and individual approach to things. But before you can do that, and a mistake a lot of rookies make is they start trying to improvise before they understand the jab, the timing, anything rudimentary. And so I think it's both. Also, as far as like a classroom setting, when there's a drill, it's about being coachable, being disciplined enough to carry out the drill through the whole time limit. Like it's in those details. It's not about the basic so much, the parry and knee or whatever you're working on. It's about getting those boxers or those students to understand how important the mental parts and the execution of what you're doing, because that stuff comes out in everything, right? It's the character, the discipline part,
your attention span.
Also with you, and we can get into it, but your success in landing shots on some of these master like Sidichai, and I think your approach,
I just watched that today.
You're
so sick.
When you have when you have a unique approach, that you have the element of surprise. When you do different stuff that they're not used to seeing, like you can see karate style fighters have some success against the Thais, not for very long. The Thais figure you out. The old masters in the corner, if they watch you a couple fights, they'll figure you out. You know, but in the moment they can blast a spinning kick and sometimes sometimes work. But I always found that exciting watching you. Is you might come out of anywhere, and the Thais are trying to figure that out too, right? Or your opponent. But what's going on, man? What's training like right now? When's your next fight?
I don't have nothing lined up right now. I just been focusing a lot on family and making sure I keep my life balanced. Because honestly, I have 3 kids, and one of them, it's her first year in high school. My youngest, it's his first year in school, and my daughter, she's playing flag football for the school. It's a big deal to her, and you only get one childhood, and I want to make sure that I'm there for my dreams. I'm chasing my dreams 100%, but at the same time, I'm present for my family. If I become the greatest to ever do it, but then I lose connection with my wife and my kids, or just my family in general, it's like, it don't mean nothing. It wouldn't mean nothing to me, like it'd be just a shell. I wouldn't have nothing. So I need to make sure that I keep my life balanced and let my family know that they are my dream just as much as becoming the best is my dream. I could live with myself if I'm the best father and husband, and like I suck as a fighter. But if it's the other way around, like I won't be able to live with myself.
That's beautiful, man.
I just need to make sure that like when I got a fight coming up, sadly they know they're second. They come second. I gotta train. I gotta do this. But
sacrifices,
but not every day. Not every day.
It is when it's in fight camp.
But I know, but like year round. No. They know you love them and you're committed to them. It never made sense, and I've seen that a lot in athletes. Is their bench press is amazing. They're setting PRs in the gym. They're looking good, but then they're neglecting all their other responsibilities outside of the gym as a man. So we always thought it was really important, and it showed your quality as a martial artist and a man that you were taking care of that too. And getting it all done, right? There's time in the day you can get it done. Do your training and be husband and father and all that. Just got to get up early.
That and make sure that when we make sacrifices, because we all make sacrifices, that we make the sacrifice worth it. For example, like when I was in fight camp for Sidichai, it was the last week before I left to Thailand, and my son, he had a movie night at school on a Friday. I didn't even know until like I was dropping him off at school, and he asked me, "Are we going?" And I told him, I was like, "Man, I can't. It's the last. I leave tomorrow. I'm training today. I gotta train." And you know, he understood to the best of his ability. So then when I got to the gym, I remember pulling up, and I was like, I just don't feel like it right now. I'm just going to hop on the bike. And then myself, I was like, motherfucker, you just told your son you can't go watch, you know, to movie night at school. And you're just going to go
slacking on,
and you're just going to hop on the bike?
Yeah.
And so I got up and ran, you know, and we got to make the sacrifice worth it when we do make the sacrifices, or else it would be like that sacrifice wouldn't be worth it.
And that's a great conversation to have, because a lot of people, when they get into to wanting to fight, they see you on the mat, they see you fighting on fight day, they see the hands being raised, but it's the weeks and months that you put in before the fight that you accumulate so much time in the gym. Yeah. That, you know, your fucking laundry, you're fucking cleaning the house, just everything, you know, weeds, you name it, it all just gets pushed to the side. And, you know, and you see it day in and day out, and you walk past it and you're like, I gotta do that, but you know, you're tired, your legs hurt, you're fucking, you know, so those are good things to talk about for people who are wanting to come up and be fighters that are that I don't think people talk about, and you know, you don't have long form conversations are happening more often now, and it's something that the young people should be aware of, that it's not just about the time in the gym, it's also about the balance that you have for your life, and then if you're a dad or a mom, you know, that's even more. And
just what a win is, you know, what's really winning. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, even if you won your fight and stuff, if you're losing all these other really important parts of your life, like how much did you win?
You're not undefeated, you know, at that point.
How much did you get paid? You know, and a lot of times we're not making any money. You know, so if
sometimes we're paying.
You're doing it for free. You know, you're neglecting for free.
Yeah,
you know,
at the end of the day, you just break even.
That's bad. That's
if you're
bad.
Lucky.
Yeah, bad karma. You know?
And this only lasts so long, you know. And I've heard Coach firsthand tell, you know, or at least ask them, you know, kind of like, well, what are you going to do after this? You know, this isn't, you know,
or I'm like, what are you doing right now?
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, you better do your dishes. You know, win in both places, get organized.
Yeah. And just like how you spoke about, like in class, it's not just necessarily about the combo, it's more about the discipline and, you know, the composure and all that. Not just in the gym, but the things that we got to take care of out of the gym. Those are all reps as well on discipline and, you know, composure, making sure we got to do the things that need to be done.
It helps mentally on fight day.
Yeah. Those are all little wins.
Yeah.
Right. Those loose ends you can't have, you know, just frayed off at all the times. Like, when it comes fight day and you're like, you know,
little wins.
Physically I feel like I'm here, but mentally, like,
practice winning. You know? How many kids do you have, Eddie?
3. One is 14, my daughter. One is 9, my son. And my youngest son is 4. Isaiah is the baby. Imani's the oldest son, and Essence is my oldest daughter.
Oh, those are beautiful names.
Yeah, those are some cool names.
What about you, Jay? How many kids you got, Jay?
I got 1 6-year-old boy, little Leo, as a lot of the people know in the gym. He runs around here while I'm taking classes and working out. He takes some of the classes here, the wrestling and with Coach Mack, and does the kickboxing class with Coach Ken, and he watches us, and he knows his clinch game already, and the knee and elbow.
How old is he, say again?
6.
6, yeah.
He just turned 6 in August, so I guess that's the...
He's a little savage.
Yeah.
6-year-old savage.
That's, I guess, how he's grown up in the gym, man.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm here so much, and I'm, you know, as we all know, this is our hobby, and it's good to have your kids around you and see you do your hobby, things that you're passionate about. And I'm going to stick to this, and so far so good. I don't want to like force him to do any of this, you know. It's not like he has to go to class. We're not, you know, every week continuously on it. I like him to be there as much as he wants to, but I just want him to see us in here. You know, he watches. He already knows the style and how to do like a flying knee and stuff. So, and I didn't teach him any of that, but
kids are so they're so mechanically efficient. It seems like they just pick it up and they do it with great technique off the bat. And it's like, damn, how does he do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You get a 25-year-old and you're like, "Ooh, we got some work."
Yeah.
Yeah, what a trip fatherhood is.
Yeah. And what about you? Speaking of fatherhood,
Yeah, so I have one
about to be in grandpahood.
21-year-old daughter who, is going to be having a child here pretty
Man,
soon,
for real?
a girl. So I'm going to be,
Congratulations.
I'm going to be,
That's what's up.
I'm going to be pop,
Yeah.
you know. And then, damn, I was thinking about this kid. Like, what's it going to be like to have me as a grandpa?
That's gonna be
sick.
That is
You know,
cool. Yeah.
Be like, grandpa's coming over.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, this fool's got crazy stories.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, are you married?
Yeah.
How long you been married?
We've been together.
Don't get in trouble here.
Nah, we've been together for 17 years, about 16, 17 years.
Wow.
And she don't mind. I forgot how long we've been married.
Yeah.
The ceremony was just simply that, the ceremony. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like since the day we got together, I felt like that was it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
That's amazing, man.
yeah, that was
cool.
marriage.
And that's
for me.
great that you guys have those kids and you're still together like that.
Yeah.
Are you
17,
religious?
18 years is,
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't like go deep into scriptures and
Sure.
stuff like that, but I do believe in that there's a higher power, you know, that guides me
Well,
and protects me.
Marriage is biblical. So
Yeah.
when you guys have some of that going for you, a lot of times it makes things a little stronger.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I'm getting married next week.
Oh, nice.
Next Friday.
Yep.
So it's
Congratulations.
officially
Yep.
one. Thank you, man.
Hell yeah.
the party's on.
Yeah, it's been coming. We got engaged a little over a year ago, and having a modern wedding has been an experience. We decided to have like a proper wedding.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, but pretty small still. Even a lot of my family's not coming. That was a
Yeah.
trip. Even the guest list, people were tripping.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really feel blessed to be getting married, and in a real marriage. You
Yeah.
know, the woman I'm marrying, Rebecca. Shout out. Love
out.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited about
Yeah.
that because we both understand what the oath entails.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then, it's you ride or die, right?
Yeah.
Through everything, that's the connection.
Yeah.
You know.
And like separation is never, it isn't even on the table.
Yeah.
Like me and my wife, we've gotten into huge arguments, you know, from time to time, you know, pulling at each other's necks and this and that. But at the end of the day, like we know what it is. We know that we're both in it for the, you know, till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, that's the underbelly of it, right?
Yeah.
That's not even an option. And that's the difference between like giving your word and an oath, right?
Yeah.
That's what gives it a higher charge, is like you're both committed to it with your character.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not just it gets hard and we're not going to do this. Like, but that says something about marriage. Also, it takes two people of great character to get married.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think that's a reason marriages fail a lot. A lot of times people get married and they don't really possess that power to stay committed through tough situations.
Yeah, and it's like it could be an ego thing. I'm not quite sure what it is. You know, like everything, we're all still just trying to figure it out. What I feel, what me and my wife understand is that through the years, you know, I feel like some marriages or just relationships in general fail because there's been times where she's been the breadwinner and she's, you know, pulling my weight. There's been times where the roles have flipped.
That'll trip you out. That'll trip a relationship out.
And I'm the breadwinner and I'm the one like carrying the weight. But we both understand that sometimes you gonna have it and I ain't. Sometimes I'm gonna have it and you ain't. Sometimes we both gonna have it. Sometimes we both got a little bit. But regardless, like it's not a factor for us.
Financial
you know what I mean?
hardships in relationships are definitely a big one for sure.
Money messes with people's heads.
Fuck
You know,
yeah.
and is that once we're married, is that my money? Is my money her money?
Yeah.
My money's her money.
And actually,
And
she was
some-
like, yeah. She was like, you know what? After we get married, we should get a joint account. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of people,
But listen, I don't have any money. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's an amazing thing, right? That she has that trust
At the moment.
right?
At the
yeah.
moment.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I've been down this road before, But yeah, it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Maturity is, and from my, I'm divorced, so I think from my standpoint, for me, it was like a maturity thing. I think society is a very fast-paced society right now, and it's probably not going to stop anytime soon. And I think that for me, it would have been a smarter choice just to kind of live life a little bit more on my end, and not to rush into wanting to have the kid and the wife, and there's a lot of it's an expensive world right now that we live in, and finances and stability is a huge thing, a huge factor for a lot of relationships, if not everyone. With your housing, and then you throw a kid in there, and then work's already tough, and then that's the stresses of all that. So wait until you're 30 is not a bad idea to do any of that kind of stuff. Enjoy your 20s. So that's my recommendation.
It's gonna be challenging no matter what.
Absolutely.
There's no shelter from the storm in your 20s or your 40s.
Nope, I see with my grandparents.
It takes the character part, right? And hopefully you can find a modern girl or whatever.
It sounds like we're all blessed right now with some really amazing women, because my girlfriend now is definitely a catalyst to where I am today. That's cool.
Nice.
Eddie, the gym name, where did the name of the Resistance, where does that come from?
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm an electrician, so I like that.
Yeah. The Resistance. Now, I've heard stories of how the name originated, but I myself am not quite too sure. Before a certain point, you know what I mean? The Resistance, basically, from what I can say, is around COVID time, when we weren't allowed to. No business was allowed to be open, right?
Especially in the Bay.
Yeah. And
It was even worse over there.
Yeah.
Here we just stayed open.
Yeah.
Did you guys put the
Yeah, and you had to
stuff
park
over
in the
glass?
back and
yeah, right?
don't tell
Yeah. Same thing. But it was around those times, and basically the Resistance type
I see.
deal.
Yeah.
So
how many people are involved in that gym? Are you owner?
I'm part owner. There's 3 of us.
I
It's
see.
me, Tim, and John.
I see.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that gym, man, I love that gym, man. I love that gym so much. It's I couldn't have, when you think of your dream gym, not the feng shui of it, but just the energy. You walk into there, you walk in, and it's just it's family. You know what I mean? You can't wait to get there. You don't want to leave when you are there,
Yeah, I can feel the vibe,
Yeah.
I haven't been to your gym. I'll stop by when I'm in the neighborhood.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
all the content that comes out of your gym, the sparring, the flow work, the look of the gym, I really like the style.
We got a bunch of hard workers in there, and also going back to the energy, I believe that we got lucky during COVID, because since we opened during COVID, right?
Isn't that weird? Like during that time, a lot of it happened. A lot of bad, but then a lot of good stuff.
A lot of good.
A lot of restarts happened.
Yeah. It was almost like a storm, and COVID was the storm that washed a lot of things away for regrowth.
That's a rabbit hole we could go down.
Yeah.
We can't even say the word, and then you get the fucking thing on the bottom of the Instagram or whatever. It's like,
Really?
Fact checks.
for real COVID information, click here.
Yeah.
But since no one was allowed to post or
Because it was that strict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People would come in strictly just to work. you know.
Oh, that's nice.
So that
no bullshit.
through that, that created this culture to where people come in and work. I mean, now, you know, we everyone understands, and we're all, like, including myself, still learning how to use social media as a tool, not just as entertainment. You know what I mean? Because you need that now in this day and age. But
we're swimming in it.
Self-promotion.
But it's all hard work at the gym. You know what I mean? People come in, they work, and like maybe they'll take a clip, but most of the time when people recording themselves at our gym, it's for self-study. It's not necessarily for social
influencing.
Stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with the influencing, you know.
The guy that comes in once a month, but then he films the bag work. He's like, I've been here. Look at this work.
Rolling up the shorts.
I'm here once. I'm gonna film it.
Wearing this ankle.
Look at my kick. Looks the same. But yeah, you know what? I used to own my own. I used to own my own gym.
Yeah.
Corner gym in Roseville,
Yeah, the Corner Boxing Club.
That's how everybody got their names. That's how everybody's like Sal Corner Gym, Ezra Corner Gym.
Yeah, some of the fighters took the name like Thai style. Corner Gym. As the last name.
Like
and then some of the guys have a different first name as well, which is very Thai style. Like Sal, his name is not Salvador. It's Domenico. It's Nico.
Yeah.
You know Sal, my Filipino buddy that does the interviews. Have you seen it? Yeah. That's we call him Sal. In Thai boxing, a lot of times you get a superhero first name. You know. Yeah. Like the Green Lotus or White Lotus.
Yeah.
But Sal. The real origin of Sal comes from Alvin and the Chipmunks. And the kind of the silly, chubby one, that's Salvador.
That's how he got his name.
Yeah,
Chubby Chick.
I mean, literally.
No, at first it was like, no, you're Salvador Espinosa, because he's a real artist. You know,
nice.
He's a very out of the box thinker.
Swagger.
Yeah. So he needs like an artist name, but really the Salvador. Yeah, you know the Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's really old.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Classic though. But
the I can hear his voice right now.
The little one, the little chubby one. He's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But man, I went into my gym, and it was a new thing. I opened one of the first pure Muay Thai gyms up here, and I left the gym that I was at, and I was the manager and head instructor. I worked there for 15 years, Navarrone's Kickboxing. And that was a real famous gym. My older brother won the world title out of that gym.
Oh, nice.
And Nasser Navarrone is he's still in the fight game. He promotes boxing shows, pro boxing.
Yeah.
But he's a training partner and old best friend of Dennis Alexio. And Dennis, you know Dennis from Kickboxer, the movie.
Yeah.
So he was the legit man. He was the heavyweight world kickboxing champion. Anyways, when I left that gym for one reason or another, I opened up my own gym, but I tried to do everything myself. And I did. You don't do anything yourself, but this gym created itself. When I left, I had such a strong impact in the 15 years that I'd put in at this gym of my teacher, that when I left, this gym materialized. Even the ring, one of my homies gave me the money to buy a ring, and those things are like $8,000.
Yeah, it was a cool looking gym. It definitely had a pure Muay Thai look to it. Gym in the middle.
Yeah. And
that's
we
nice.
we did amazing Muay Thai there. We learned so much, and then I produced a group of champions. Kevin Krevy, who won at Lumpini, Raja, and Max.
Oh, nice.
And he's from Citrus Heights, this skater guy.
Yeah.
That passed away a couple years ago. Rest in peace. But then Sydney Middleton. I don't know if you remember Sydney. White girl from Rockland, actually, right here, and she had about 35 fights. Like, she had the most fights out of my whole camp, and most of them were in Thailand out of Sitmanchai. But then we had
I'm about to look her up.
Yeah, she's retired now, lives in Texas. But the other one is Tyler Lloyd. and you know Tyler, and you and Tyler look the same.
You guys definitely have a very
I was going to have him show up
yeah.
just to get you guys in, you know, because we're always like, bro, there's your doppelganger.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's a trip, you know.
Yeah,
and then Tyler is half Irish and half Thai.
Oh.
So he's got a real interesting mix. And then his athleticism and power and everything is something to behold, you know.
Yeah, he's a talented.
But yeah, we get
What weight is
132.
Oh, okay.
Tyler hasn't fought since 2019, and a lot of people know. I had to send my other fighters to Thailand because they weren't getting fights, and then the same thing happened to Tyler, where Tyler won about 20 in a row. He's undefeated.
Oh, nice.
And he was ranked number 4 in the world in the IKF world rankings before Steve died. And we were looking to do, you know, the different matchups, and they never happened. There's like 5 guys in his weight class in the country that we were really looking forward to fighting. And then for one reason or another, they didn't happen. And then the guys got older. But the people I sent to Thailand, I sent them there because I knew they were going to get fights.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to squander their 20s, you know. It just took being organized enough to go over there. But I sent Tyler over there, but he only stayed for a week. Tyler didn't want to fight there. He wanted to fight here, and he wanted to fight out of my gym. He was different. He wasn't drawn by the glamour of the Thailand fantasy. He wanted to win the MTG belt, you know, Muay Thai Global, and he's like, coach, like A1, like let's get it on that. So I'm really looking forward to getting him back in there. But yeah, you and him, twins, you know, and then the stress got me after about 7 years. After training all these great talents, you know, homebred fighters, having a pro success, I closed the gym in my 7th year, and I got stress sick actually.
Oh yeah.
From trying to do everything and train everyone. Yeah. And man, I would look at old pictures of holding pads and stuff, and I'm like, man,
you're probably skinny, huh?
I'm always skinny, but yeah, I was like, you could tell
that stressed, skinny look.
Yeah.
You know?
I was putting my energy into this place, but it was just me, you know, as far as like doing the bills and answering the phone. And I actually closed the gym at its busiest point. Like as I was taking the bags down, people were trying to come in and sign up. You know, it was a trippy thing, you know, but also I never made $1. So I put in 7 years, and I would make, $150,000 from my martial art place, which was amazing. That's a lot of money. I'm just a kid from the apartments, and with my family's martial art, I'm generating this, but it all went to the landlord. And then when I went to the landlord and I was like, look, I've been here for 6 years. Can we change the rent? Like, this is how much money I'm honestly making. Like, can I make some money? I'm paying you $80,000 a year on the lease. And he's just like, businessman, you know, he was cold with it. But that's business. That's how it goes. And then, here I am.
How did you get involved with Sit Muay Chai?
Sit Muay Chai. So Sit Muay Chai is one of the famous foreigner gyms. They have a great gym mom named Abigail. Abby, shout out. We knew about them. Pornsene was there. Yad Capone was fighting out of there at the time. And these are, in this generation, Pornsene is a legend. You know, in any generation, he's one of the Thai greats, in like a demon in the ring. He's an interesting story. Yad Capone too, stadium fighter, very talented, great left hook. He's still fighting. He's still fighting in the Raja World Series. You know, he was just been battling Ritwata, you know, and Ritwata's kind of back now. The lefty. I've always promoted that dude.
Does he sound like a British guy?
He's Thai. Femur, left-handed style, and been around the game a long time. But then my fighters, I've influenced these young Americans to actually like know the culture and follow the sport. So they kind of pick Sit Muay Chai. You know, I asked them the same thing, like, why Sit Muay Chai? Why not go somewhere else? And then
it's pretty far away from Bangkok.
Man. They pick you up in a bus from the airport, and they drive you up, you know, about 1.5 miles into the country. Tamaka. Kanchanaburi, Tamaka, and yeah, we say there's no swimming pool at Simonchai. You don't go there. It's not a spa vacation. It's like
You better work.
there's your dog
Yeah.
runs through the gym. The Thai boys got the roosters in the back, and like it's all about Muay Thai there. But we
Yeah.
wanted that Muay Thai experience. We wanted the isolation and the disconnection from comfort, and the that makes you.
Brings it out.
Yeah, and you have the most clarity, and you don't have a chance to cheat. You ain't taking the motorbike to Pattaya and going to party and do mushrooms and
What
get
are
a
you
couple
doing
hookers.
there? Are you there to fucking train and possibly fight, or are you on vacation?
We would watch dudes come in, like I'd be there for a month, which was a long time, hard to get away for a month, but that's a good amount of time. My fighters would be there for 3 to 6 months, so they're actually speaking Thai, and like they would show me around, and
That's what's up.
yeah, they were soaking up the knowledge from the root of the tree,
Yeah.
and that was part of the blueprint, which we don't got to go into that, but yeah, we were trying to stay there for extended periods of time. But when we would be there, we would watch other foreigners arrive, and then we would bet. We'd do a little side bet on how long homie was gonna last.
Yeah.
And like, is homie gonna run? Like, is he gonna hack the running? Especially the
Yeah.
big muscular guys, because it's hot as hell. And then the run is 3 to 6 miles before training.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't do the running,
Which is quite a bit, and
you
then to
don't-
get straight to, if you don't run that much, and then you
if you don't do the
gotta
running,
run 3 to 6 miles
Yeah.
every day before practice, you're gonna fucking hate life.
Yeah.
well, you could always like go for the run and just do a little walk, and then come back.
Yeah, but everybody knows.
No, well, the Thais,
Everybody knows that you're fucking walking.
they would at least like
Gotta
respect the hustle and like
I'm back.
they would respect you were trying, like, and also like your fitness level. Like some dudes aren't in shape to run.
Yeah.
But
As long as
to-
they're getting paid, that's all they care about.
we would always try to we wanted to get the respect and show that we had the character to do the training regimen, and then the coaches were kind of testing you on that too. And we would trot back like a racehorse after the run and fucking drink some orange juice and be ready to smash the pads, and we were going to show them on the pads too, like, you're going to kill me, but I'm going to get up every morning and kill me again. And they respect it. That's what it's about.
Yeah. The respect.
What gym did you train at when you go over to Thailand to fight, or at least for the Sittachai fight? Do you just do they provide a?
Well, when I was there, we just we trained June from Sitmonchai.
You were at Sitmonchai?
No, but he came down.
Oh, June.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And
yeah,
he would we would work out in the gym inside the hotel.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically just get a personal trainer to come to you at the hotel and.
Yeah. Well, this time I did. In the past, I've had my wife just hold pass for me in the hotel room.
That's cool.
She holds pass for me at the gym.
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So it's like
So you guys train together.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
And she's always in my corner, like literally. But the only time I did go out to Thailand and train just for training, I was out there for 3.5 weeks to a month. It was at Sisong Pinong, with Sittachai and Moonlit and all them. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
ended up fighting him.
yeah. So like for me,
that was not intentional, or
no, that was not intentional at all. I just went out there, from a recommendation from Kevin Ross, So went out there, trained, got to know Moonlit and them. I just moved around with Sittachai just a couple rounds, but they were just playful rounds, you know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't nothing serious. I was fortunate enough to get invited to train with the Thais because they would have foreigner practice. And then, like, after the foreigners were done, then all the Thais would train.
Yeah.
So it got to the point to where I would just stick around after foreigners training and just, like, sit on the ring and watch their feet and watch how they're hitting the bag and watch how they're clinching with each other and just how they move,
Yeah.
You learn so much just from being there in person.
Yeah.
Even the noises that they make and everything.
And would they call you up like and say, hey, you know, after you've sat there for 2 days or whatever? Or
Yeah.
Or would you have to say like, you know, can I get up there? Because the English to Thai ratio is pretty low, right?
No, I wouldn't dare ask. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you wait for them to call you up. You're just happy to be there to watch.
I'm just not going to come over to somebody's house and be like, hey, you got anything in the fridge? Can I look in there? You know, if someone offers me, hey, you know, you thirsty, you hungry, then I'll.
Good point.
You know, but
we always felt like military, like it is a camp. Like you're at the army camp.
Yeah.
You know, you want to respect what's going on there. That ain't even your house. That's not your country. Like,
right.
What am I supposed? You wait for the boss to, in the heat, they help you. They show you what
so I would sit there and then like I would try my best during foreigner training to display my skill, but there's a way to win over people with skill. Sometimes I feel like people can get it wrong by trying to show how hard they can go or how, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was trying to show how balanced and technical I can be, still sharp and fast, but balanced and technical and controlled with the other foreigners. You know what I mean? Not that showing that I'm not just a loose cannon and I can compose my emotions and, you know what I mean, work well with others.
Absolutely.
With beautiful technique. You know what I mean?
You get a lot of guys out there yelling the loudest and trying to set the power record and like trying to prove something. Have you been watching the guy spar Sanchai? He's on his U.S. tour. See this guy's trying to kick him in the knees and like serious spar. Like, what is that?
The guy that the most recent one, with the guy with the yellow gloves on.
But yeah, you show a little more polish when you're not that trying to prove that every round how hard your kick is. And watching the Thais too, you'll see that like they're not.
They're doing it without shin guards, kicking each other in the head, and, you know, just placing it and checking each other's kicks. You know, but they're so controlled and they're accustomed to the rhythm and understanding that they can do those type of things, you know.
And it's a balance between both of the people sparring too, because you have to trust that your partner's not going to like chicken wing or flinch or something. Like if you're going to land that kick, well, just like sit there and take it. You know, like don't like, you know, do something weird where you like, oh, I blocked it, and you're like, well, fuck, if I would have thrown it full force, I would have took your head off. So
there's a trust and a team effort, right?
Yeah.
Also, professionals, unless you do something dirty, they don't get mad. Like you see lower level guys, if someone scores on them, they get hella mad. Like the other dude's not supposed to do that. Like the dude's supposed to do that. I tell my guys, if the guy gets you, nod. Give him the nod, give him the hat nod. You know, that was clean. Like good, you got me. You know, not get mad. He's supposed to do that. Get him. You know, get him back. And that just shows that polish when you can spar without taking it personal. Like this is the game we're playing.
And we fall victim if we're the ones that gets emotional. You know, because I myself like to play with people's emotions when I'm fighting. You know what I mean? I use that as a factor. If you can tell, and I'm sure others do it to me, you know what I mean, in fights. Because I've gotten emotional and I've lost my composure in a fight, you know, to where I'm not breathing or I'm just trying to, I'm moving recklessly. You know what I mean? We become easily manipulated when we fight emotional. If we're able to stay composed and we're able to think a little bit more clearly.
Yeah, we were just talking about that as far as the psychology and, you know, how mental the fight game is in other sports in general too. But when it becomes emotional and you're thinking about whatever that feeling is you're feeling towards that other man, that takes your eye off the game. And you can't dribble and do that crossover and hit that lane if you're mad at the center. You know, and to get mad at the dude that's in the game with you, it just doesn't make sense. And you're wasting a lot of energy when you do that. And then the next question is, why are you mad? Why you mad? Like that's a learning process you got to go through. Also, just thinking that people are doing this stuff to you because of you. You know, and a lot of times it's something they're doing.
It's honestly one of the last emotions I feel when I'm in here. I
hate,
anger. I'm not none of this brings out like
you've seen that though. You've seen that.
Oh, sure. And
You've
it's
been a witness.
mostly from like, quote unquote, you're like Chad and Kyle's. You know, you can kind of like, you sense it already. You're like, I'm cool. Like, you know, no matter what happens right now, it's going to be a competition between you and I. And even though you know that I can kick your ass, you're still going to try so hard. And then I'm just, you know, one of us is going to get, it's just going to be a bone on bone thing. You know? Like,
That's a great day of learning in the gym that day when someone gets pissed like that. I'm like, more. And then they get tired, they get beat up, and you look like an idiot.
Yes.
You know, you look spoiled.
Somehow you never see those guys come back to the gym.
Yeah.
They always disappear.
I try to talk to them after, but sometimes that's a humble pie that's too big.
I know. I love those conversations.
Yeah.
Like, oh, watch this. The new guy's getting to talk from coach.
Shit. But we just saw it at the highest level, that the sportsmanship and the gameness that these you guys can have an exchange with someone you even know and have met, and it's not personal. You're playing the game, and we just saw Superlek and Rotang, and people were very skeptical coming in about, are they going to really fight? Because they're friends. Like, you see them, they know each other. Just like Sanchai and Buakaw, they're like on the same soccer team. These guys have known each other for a long time. But then we saw what happened. What'd you think of the fight, Eddie?
Oh man, I enjoyed that fight so much.
Oh, go ahead and spoil it all. I should have watched it before this fight.
What, you haven't?
I know. I was going to watch it with the guys, and then they did it at 7 o'clock.
Great
so
shit.
Fucking just lay it on me.
Hey, even if it was spoiled,
Still a good fight.
it's still a good fight.
Okay.
I've seen it already, and I wouldn't
Even the
hesitate
highlight
to watch
clips.
it again.
Yeah, it's art. It's in two of the, these are like superstars in there.
Yeah.
Even the Y crew is.
Rotang is so
The
sick.
Ram Muay entry.
Yeah,
And Rotang sits in this like cross-legged position and does this thing. It was like you could just see
Like
the
a
energy.
mantis doing
And then
that.
Superlek's Ram Muay is just so clean. You can see how experienced and dangerous these guys are.
Yeah.
But what happened? So we saw
I saw an elbow.
massive cuts. Two big ass cuts from the
Superlek.
elbow, and Superlek was using that in his last fight, but then Rotang catches him with that straight up, like, bang. So he's fighting with this. His hair was yellow, but then it was like red and yellow. It was and it didn't bother him. Like, Superlek's so stoic. He's like kind of liked it. You know, he looked like a savage.
Especially if like you're the person that you're fighting. I honestly didn't know how the fight was gonna go. You know, like them being like real good friends and all. But they did not
They
disappoint.
let it, looked like they let it go.
So that's what we were waiting to see, because there's been different things happening. You know, are we like, well, is this going to be a spar? And all of the practitioners that I was talking to, my buddies, you know, fighters and coaches, we can tell when it's a spar. Like some of the Jake Paul stuff and like, you know, we can do that every week in the gym. You know what I mean? These guys are getting a bag. But you saw Rotang and Superlek hucking, like proper throwing them, and that was very important, especially after Superlek missed weight by 5 pounds, and then they cut the fight to 3 instead of 5. So that was vital that they came out and put on a show, and they did. That even though it was short, we need to run that back, because that was fire.
After I seen that, I was like, okay, so they did go at it, you know, and I was like, I get it. I get it, because like first thing I thought about was like, all right, if I would have to fight a friend of mine, like who, you know, how would it end up like that? And the first person that came to my mind is like, man, me and Zach Bonnell go at it like that on a regular basis when we be sparring.
Zach seems kind of like he's a fucking nut.
I love
dude.
sparring with Zach, because we'll fuck each other up, but we'll just be like loving it the whole fucking time.
You guys are raw.
I've never gotten a chance to. Well, I did meet him at Tahoe. He did show up later on in the day, but like through his Instagram, you can tell he's just like always like,
I love that guy.
So he's savage.
We fought Zach's fighter. He made his debut in Tahoe, and we got matched up, which was great, because me and Zach are related through Sitmanchai, and it's just good lineage. Our guys fighting, but Justin's a little better than he should be for 2 years experience. Maybe because he's a late starter and hanging out with me a lot. But he was a little polished and ready to go. But it was still a good ass fight.
Yeah. Alan was tough. He was a strong kid.
Yeah, but so round 2, super leg. Let's go back. Rotang, did you see the knockdown?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Oh man, I was going nuts.
Was that a knockdown?
What? Man.
What round?
Round 2.
I'm not a ref, and I don't know.
In your opinion, you do know. You do. In your opinion,
okay. In my opinion, if I was super leg, I'd be like, yeah, that was a knockdown. You know what I mean? That was a knockdown.
So
he's
tradition.
He's very experienced and he's very composed. So he didn't get up wobbly. I'm sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His ankle buckled when he got hit with that elbow, and then he was getting hit on the way down as well. You know.
So in my understanding, and these things are gray. Whatever stadium you're in, and who's officiating on the night. Traditional Muay Thai, there's a flash knockdown rule. So if you get off balance and you pop back up, it doesn't count on the card as a knockdown. You just got off balanced. So in the exchange, Rotang got banged.
If you do it to yourself?
Yeah, or you
like
get
if you
hit.
throw a kick and you off balance yourself.
Or if you get like teeped and dropped, that's not a knockdown. You pop back up, the referee, boom, they let it go.
If you get clipped like clear in the chin, you drop straight down, but you immediately pop back up. You know
if you can't get up and you're not concussed and wobbly, and the referee has to protect you, the fight's on. It's a flash knockdown.
Okay.
Which is interesting. That's different than boxing, right? If you catch a guy and he's off balance, that's on him. If it knocks him down, he touches his hand on the mat or his knee, it's different. But Muay Thai, the flash knockdown is one of those unique rules, and I hope I'm explaining it correctly. But yeah, so that was a controversial part, because if you look at it, Rotang did eat the elbow, and then he got kneed and kind of pushed down, and then he popped right back up, and then the referee looks over to the official on the side, should I count? And then he starts the count, and Rotang's like, no, what? And that was the problem. But here's the last thing, is the last round was what it was. They both kind of had a round each. If you look at it like that, like the cuts, that's round 1.
Damage.
Round 2, he got downed. Round 3, okay. So it goes to the card, and that's a draw, right? If it's 1-1 plus an even round, that's a draw. But then I was hearing about one not having a draw. Is that a thing?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I heard that, and I should know that.
Like they can't.
They're going to make a decision.
They don't allow draws.
Yes, there's going to be a winner.
Oh, so it's just like if it goes to a draw, it goes back to the judges, and they
determine,
psychoanalyze it a little bit more.
And so Rudy Ott kind of commented about that on social media today, and I thought that was interesting and kind of cool. But which one did more damage? Rotang getting piled over into the ropes, which he did get smashed with some shots, but in Muay Thai rules, arguably it was a flash knockdown, or those big ass cuts on Super Lek's head. Which one did more damage? The cut was like this.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I mean, he had to go get stitches after he was in the hospital afterwards.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't matter.
I would have to say Super Leg did it. You know
and who ended up, Rotang ended up losing, right? Super Leg won?
It seemed like Super Leg finished stronger. Like he was piling it on more. You know what I mean?
But do we give Rotang any for being so much smaller, and Super Leg coming 5 pounds heavier? Do we give Rotang, and Rotang being the champ, do we give him any couple extra points for that?
I don't know. Aren't they both fucking the champ?
They are, but see,
are we basing it off of the cut,
the damage, but also the weight, and like if you're gonna break a tie?
Yeah.
Rotang fought his ass off and cut homie.
He always does.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
It's a compact motherfucker.
Yeah, and with weapons,
his short elbows with his
it's an interesting fight.
Ape.
And since they fought, I felt like it's just a win.
Yeah,
it's a win for both of them. How much money did they make? It's a win for Muay Thai because they actually showed the character, even though they are friends. They are playing the game, not jealous of who was going to win.
Yeah. And they don't need to talk shit.
Do you see him in the hospital? Do you see him in the hospital after?
Yeah.
And then Rodtang was like, "Sorry, I lost."
In the best English possible.
He didn't lose. He won.
Yeah,
he's like forever a legend. And Rodtang's lost many fights, right?
Yeah.
He's the champ.
Yeah.
It's like how he handles himself and what's really a win. You know?
I agree. If it's a win for the fans, it's a win.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I'd imagine it was a great fight. I didn't watch.
People are always going to be able to look back at that fight, and that's going to be one of those fights where it's like, no matter what time of day, it's like you want to watch a good fight. You'll go back to that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why did he miss 5 pounds? What was
Yeah, just good. I don't know.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger. Maybe he needs to change weight classes. Who knows? But still, great show, and that's what it's all about. And those guys are getting taken care of, and the sport's growing. Like, when's the last time? I mean, compare that exchange to the Izzy Whitaker exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
Are you currently ranked 3?
I don't think so. When I fought Nicholas Larson, he was number 5. After I beat him, well, the thing is, I didn't pass hydration. I was still getting to know the hydration process. So I missed weight, and then we had to. It ended up being a catch weight. So I don't know if I would, even though I won that fight, I'm not sure how it would affect the rankings.
Okay.
Me being off weight by a few.
Can you touch on that? The hydration policy that ONE FC has a little bit. I know, how does, so when you go to weigh in, they take a series of different tests on you, and then when you go to weigh in, you need to be at a certain level you need to be hydrated at a certain level.
Yeah.
So you can't just be like, out of the sauna for hours and hours and go weigh in. You have to. So how do they structure that in the like, when do they first weigh you to find out your weight, and then after, how does that go? And then how do you cut weight if you can't just like, because I only know a couple of days, make sure you're through the few weeks you're eating leaner than usual, but enough to obviously carry you through, and then you start, I did the water load this last time and then cut water over like 48 hours before weight cut. So how do you do that with ONE FC if you have to have a certain amount of hydration in your body?
One way that I do it is again, like, I'm still experimenting with it. This is actually my second fight having to focus on it, fighting with Sidichai. First with Nicholas Larson, then secondly with Sidichai. When I fought with Liam Nolan, I didn't have to worry about it because I moved up in weight. So
that's right. You were 170.
Yeah, 170. So I was trying to eat and like drink just to keep weight on. So I didn't even have to worry about it. But like I'll drop down a little bit lower than necessary, like maybe a pound or 2. You know what I mean, to make sure that I can
rehydrated.
Stay hydrated and whatnot. But what they do is, you're supposed to be at a certain level of hydration. I'm still not sure of the numbers. I forgot
how they calculate it all out.
I guess it's like they measure the gravity inside your piss or something like that.
So they use a hydrometer and
and so you got to pass hydration, then you can pass weight. I didn't pass hydration, and it happened to be, weigh-ins is from 9 to 11. So by the time 11 o'clock came, I didn't pass hydration, so it was already beyond the
do they put your piss like in an actual vial and put the hydrometer in there and like float it right in front of you, so they're like, oh, see, no,
he's dehydrated.
You just piss in a cup.
Like, look at the color of this piss.
It looks like a thermometer.
It's orange.
It's because it's just like they'd use like a flute style, right? And then they drop it in there and the fucking thing floats in there.
No. It looks like a thermometer, and they stick it in, and then it reads the numbers.
Oh, okay. So it's a different
digital.
The cutting is always always a real tedious part of the fight sports.
Yeah, so
people don't get it unless you're around it, and it's gnarly.
It's a whole podcast conversation in its own.
Yeah, right. And yeah, they're just trying to prevent major dehydration. I believe a lot of the really dangerous brain injuries come from that. That's why we have such a big problem with same-day weigh-in, which has been hitting here in California over the last couple of years, and it's not due to what's safer for the fighters. It's just like the sanctioning body scheduling problems. But yeah, think of
that's
doing.
Why?
Yeah,
it's an organizational thing.
Think of doing a pro weight cut and fighting that same day.
Yeah,
like you need 24 hours. You need all that time. Like you're coming down into this state. Like it's not good. Also, the athletes need to be smart with their diet, and they need to know how to cut weight properly. That's a lot of guys are guessing at it.
If you're constantly fighting at 140, like I'm fighting at 142 right now. So if that's like where my record is, and then all of a sudden they drop like, oh, hey, we're going to do a same day weigh-in for this fight. Like I'm not going to fucking cut 15 pounds.
I would change your weight class. I'd have you come up, and so would the other fighter. I would talk to the other camp. You would fight at 147.
Yeah, that's
so it's safer. Or I avoid those too. Like when I, as a fight manager and coach, if the promoter called me, I make sure that it's day before. And I've had that's been going on. We're not going to get into it. The week of the fight, the promoter will call me, and I triple check, like day before weigh-in, day before. And 3 days before, they're like, same day weigh-in. I'm like, what? Like we can't even do. My guy's got to cut 13 pounds. And
it's not just about cutting and making the weight, but how recovery from making the weight
rehydrate
is huge.
Because you can't just throw it all back on.
And we're not playing baseball. We're getting hitting the brain. It's not. And then
fucking
for no money, you do for no money over here too. You guys are doing all this,
and then they want to put us in like the 4-ounce gloves,
for amateur. I was like, you guys are tripping. You get in there.
How about we'll put you in the ring, you get a baseball bat and you get a knife.
You can find me at in Pleasanton, California, at the Resistance Fitness Center, and I'm there 6 to 7 days a week. And come check us out. And our IG is the Resistance Fitness Center as well.
Justin, what about you, man? I know you got a few companies looking to help support Muay TV.
I'm kind of got more of a list of people that I would like to, or type of companies, not like a specific. Right now we have Blackout Fight Gear. Rodney out of Newcastle, California, who is the owner of Blackout Fight Gear. We want to thank him for sponsoring this podcast, episode 2. He gave us some cool swag and a couple of gloves that we're going to donate to some up-and-coming Muay Thai practitioners. We want to thank him for that. And if there's anybody, we'd like to do, we're kind of dabbling in the cannabis to CBD sponsorship. If anybody knows, we got a couple of people in mind, but if anybody is interested in any type of sponsorship for CBDs or cannabis, and then other fight gear, we got a guy who's donated some gloves, some bag gloves with an order that I made, and bag gloves and a shirt. His name's Lord Vincent. He's got
what's the gear company called?
Lord Star Boxing.
Lord Star.
So at Lord Star Boxing. He's a cool dude from Chicago that I found on Instagram, just kind of scrolling through, and I loved his style. And then he's got some brutal fights on YouTube that are pretty cool. So
that's cool of him.
Yeah. So shout out to Vincent.
Yeah.
So we'll have all those things to kind of give out for people as they are showing love in the sport.
Yeah.
All right, my turn. So Magnac. This local doctor developed this magnesium mix that I use in my drinks and my training. And one of my clients used to work for him and had some extra stock. So I started adding it into my daily routine and just kind of got addicted to it. This formula is so good. It's basically a potassium and magnesium electrolyte mix, but it's
Oh, the packets, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and he has tubs of it as well. But this stuff really works, and
Just open it and look at it. Show everybody. He didn't. Want
I
me to
know
open that.
our guest from our last show is a doctor that works with him.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, Doc Rishi. Doc, shout out. And I'm like, Doc, talk to the Magnac doctor and tell him I love it and like give me more. And I'm gonna push it. And I really believe in it. It's kind of a lot of local endurance athletes.
It's Rockland. This is like really local.
But then the guy,
is really cool.
I shoot a word to him through a friend, and then on my doorstep he sends me a bunch of this product.
Oh, nice.
You know, so
How's it taste?
It tastes amazing.
Hell yeah.
But more than that, it really works. Like
It's got 100 milligrams of magnesium, 300 milligrams of sodium, 150 milligrams of potassium, 8 grams of sugar, 35 calories, and no artificial flavors or colors.
Yeah, so
Magnac.
the formula, because it's developed by a doctor, supposedly this stuff absorbs into the body better. Like there's lots of stuff, but this formula this guy developed is supposed to be more efficient. But yeah, appreciate it in this stuff. Looking to do more with you guys.
Definitely. Right on. Sure. Thank you, Magnac.
Yeah, Magnac, let's go. But yeah, Eddie, I saw you at Rising Stars. I saw you. We were just busy. He was fighting that day. And I seen you were in the house. I just didn't get a chance to come over. But man, what a great event that was.
Yeah.
At Track 7
Hell
at the
yeah.
brewery.
Beers and fights.
Man, those beers were hella strong though. I had like a 8% sour afterwards and I had to chill. I shouldn't be driving, you know? And then, I mean, yeah, it was a good time. And then the fights were great. The flow was great. Justin had his 4th fight of the year.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
Justin,
what's up, man.
just
kept
Active
busy.
year,
Thank you, man.
Well,
I appreciate it.
So he did the double. He fought in Tahoe. You still got me? Yeah. He fought in Tahoe, and then that's less than 30 days later, he came down and fought on Rising Stars.
Yeah.
And then he actually fought Edmund.
Edmund Yee.
Yeah. From Coach Raw. His gym down in Oakland.
Okay.
And we had fought him before at a higher weight class, so he knew he was going to be gunning for us. And they came down and fought him, and they had a great fight. He got it done in the 3rd round, and yeah, you've been our most active fighter this year, man. Congratulations. This guy came out of nowhere.
Nice.
Yep, almost pushing 34 years old too.
Yeah.
That's
what's up, man.
I know.
That's
I'm like one of the old guys in the group. So, but yeah, it's
Getting
been,
right into your prime.
I know. I heard you're 36, right?
Yeah, I'm 36.
When I heard that, I was like, "Fuck yeah! All right." So, yeah man, it's
Us old guys are making a come up.
I know, and you know, it's funny because like the number at one point, 30 in your 30s, you think, I don't know, when I was a teenager and in my 20s, I was like, that's kind of old. You got to be. You're deteriorating at that point. But
I think you have an advantage.
Fuck no.
These first 2 opponents you had, they were younger men. They were strong, but you're older, and that dad power, I call it.
Yeah.
You use that to get the edge, bro.
Yeah.
And like me too. Like I was talking to you about the UFC. When I go to the UFC now, I'm not trying to get an autograph. I'm there to work.
Fuck yeah.
And all my life experience and hardships, like. I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever. I'm ready for the test.
Yeah.
But
that was a good event. It was fun.
Great event.
Yeah.
I loved it.
The very next week, there was the A1 card.
Yeah.
Also in Sacramento, and they did that at the DoubleTree. And we actually brought Muay TV to the event. And we had our in-the-field correspondent, Salvador, on the mic, the famous Muay TV mic. And yeah, man, they gave us, it was a trip. Like that was the first, it was an idea. And we came in with the TV crew. I told Uriah and Tom, get me press passes. I'm bringing the TV crew. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, Muay TV. And so we show up, we get these press passes, and then people are tripping with the camera. Like when they see the camera in the mic,
Yeah.
they start acting funny in a good way. You know. But yeah,
the curiosity gets them. They're like, well, who is this, and how come they're interviewing Uriah?
That's not normal. That's not normal. You don't see that much. You're starting to see it more.
Right. Muay Thai events.
And obviously I'm not the only one that's been thinking about these ideas. You know, you see it in other sports. We're just trying to bring it to Muay Thai. But it was really fun talking to people from the media side, because most people won't talk to me because I'm a coach, and they're not supposed to talk to me, and we're gonna fight them. But now when it's media, you talk to them, and man, the Muay Thai community, everyone's so nice. They just a lot of times have their guard up, right? They ain't saying nothing. But the A1 card. Banger fights. And we're always skeptical, you know, when you got 4 title fights on the card, we're always skeptical, like, who are these opponents? Like, is it just the favorite and some guy they found? But they had some legit you know, title fights. I don't know if they were the top 2 contenders in the division, but they were some of the most solid guys. The main event, Bongo versus Ibris.
The fucking pirate dude,
5
or whatever
rounds.
his name was.
that was gnarly, man. That was like, they should have made a little bit of money for that, which we're gonna work on.
They went at it, man. It was hard to believe that it was an amateur fight. They went at it. Man.
Who was it? You said there was another title fight on there as well.
There was like 3, there 4, including the one that we were talking about.
Yes.
Jesse, Laura.
Yeah, Laura. He was the co-main, I believe. Man, what a great young American Nakmui he is. Have you seen him? Jesse Laura at 805.
Yeah.
And then he fought Cheetah's veteran. And Laura, we fought him. My fighter, Incho, fought him on Rising Stars last year. And he's definitely a contender to be fighting for these belts. Justin, you want to kind of, now's a good time to go over the upcoming events here in the Northern California area.
So on the list, we got in order from October to December. We got Legion Sport Fest, and that's in Reno, Nevada. That's going to be on October 7th and 8th.
So is that Ryan's tournament?
You know,
the Reno.
That's the one that you said,
So this is the Hodgins brothers, Muay Thai purist. I believe they're doing this is their first tournament, like a national. Up in Reno. So
yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, they're good guys. Good organization to fight with. They do the PKBs and stuff. Crown Fights. I'm not familiar with those guys. That's October 14th in San Jose, California. We have October 21st. We got the Legends and PKB. We're going to do the Point Muay Thai kickboxing in the morning to afternoon. And then Legends card is the amateur fights in the ring, and they do a real cool kind of traditional showdown, right? They do like the music and the food and the blessings and look at the monks. Right?
Yeah, that's Cruz Sam's show, and Cruz Sam is one of the old OG Bay Area Muay Thai guys. He's been in the game forever. Yeah. I'm sure you know Cruz Sam.
Oh yeah,
he had some banger smokers back in San Francisco at his gym. Like
I remember.
Yeah, those were crazy.
That was my first fight at his gym, and
that's where I met Matt Baker.
Oh yeah, Matt Baker.
I'm like, look at the size of these guys. I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
And then he ended up in Glory. You know.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
But yeah, that was a cool time. But yeah, he always brings in the cultural part. Bay Area, you know, is a very diverse community of different cultures. So yeah, that's a big part of his show. Also, I saw on the flyer they had some pros on that card now.
Oh, that's cool. Right on.
That's exciting. Also, isn't it on a battleship or something?
The USS Hornet in Alameda.
I believe one of our fighters, two of our fighters on there.
On that card?
Yeah, Liv and
from the Resistance?
Big Jack, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we got Big Berto, our heavyweight.
Yep.
Berto, he's fighting one John Jongsonon's guys, George.
Yeah.
That's it. Did Josh end up not getting
Nope.
No.
But you never know. That's still like that's 4 weeks out.
Yeah, that's October 21st.
I got my guys on deck. They're ready.
Yeah.
What do we got next?
So then we got in December 2nd, we got another Rising Stars event at Track 7 in Sacramento, California. December 9th in South Lake Tahoe at Bolly's, another WFC event, and that's Muay Thai and kickboxing. So,
and that closes out the year.
That closes out the year for the list that I have so far. If there's anything that I'm missing that's local, at least in the Northern California, I didn't see. So, what's that?
Yeah. What about the MMA? Like we got some big.
There's a lot of MMA. Yeah,
A1's next card at the Hard Rock is November 18th.
And Hector's fighting in that one.
Hector. But you know who else is fighting? Is Billy Brand is fighting Dan Black's fighter. And that's going to be Jeremy. That's going to be an amazing matchup. Can't wait for that one. And then I heard they already sold.
That was a nice fight he did last time, Billy.
I heard they already sold a shit ton of seats for that. So that's exciting, and it's not like Team Alpha Male against whoever. They got they got Kieran's gym coming up. They got some real exciting talent on that card. And A1, they don't have enough seats now. They do it at the Hard Rock over there, and that thing just keeps growing. And you see the same people at the show, and looking forward to that.
That's nice. I have one more. I got another question for Eddie. So I wanted to kind of get into this. Ask you at least. Is it like the? I heard you on it.
Wait a minute. You skipped my show.
Did I? What show?
My show.
Muay TV?
No. What about my show?
Oh, well, we did do the recap on the A1 Muay Thai, but I don't have any upcoming dates for A1 Muay Thai.
So,
dun dun dun.
So I've become the active director for A1 Muay Thai. My first show will be January 13th at the Doubletree in Sacramento, the same venue we were at last time. But this will be a pro-am show. So we're really excited about bringing pro Muay Thai back into the scene. And it's not just us, but there's going to be other cards creating opportunities. Not only for the pros that have been fighting abroad and here, but there's a bunch of amateurs that never turned pro because there's no pro scene. But now there's going to be. So, we're really excited about that. And what about my show, man?
Is that on Arden? Arden?
It's right across the street.
Doubletree?
It's right across the street. Now it's official. The last show, I was not the director, and that's why we were there with Muay TV. We still wanted to be involved and do what we could to help Muay Thai. And then, unfortunately, I didn't have any fighters on the card. But, I'll be stepping in, and that's exciting.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, you know
He's
what?
He's going to be able to take over the show. We're going to actually be able to put in like the proper music that should be played to give it that more traditional feel.
Nice.
And they're just the details. I think that our team's going to have a
it's my 30th year in the sport. So and this is a return to promotional work for me.
Hell yeah.
Like I was saying, I came up under Dennis Alexio. My older brother was champ. My oldest brother, Eric, was the ISKA middleweight world champion, professional, not amateur. My brother had almost 40 professional kickboxing matches here in the United States. Like,
nice.
We're trying to get pros back to that now, right? Like, that's a real rare thing to have over 30 pro fights. And again, a lot of guys never even turn pro. But also, I'm really excited about working with Tom and Uriah. I watched what they've done with A1 MMA, and that started as a small thing, and they have the commitment to the business side and the team to grow A1 Muay Thai. I feel really good about the team. And then Tom, the boss of A1, he's been in the promotional business for a long time. He was mainly a concert promoter, but he used to promote some fights with Dewey Cooper. You know Dewey? Remember Dewey? Looking to try to make that card as good as it can be, and really display Muay Thai and help it with the experience that I have. I'm trying to make these fire matchups, man. I'm trying to bring these guys at 150 pounds together. Also, like Tyler's weight class at 130. I love calling the coaches directly now and be like, listen, let's make this fight happen. And then they either do or they don't, you know. And so far, all the response that I've gotten has been really good. You know, people are excited about it, excited about me having my finger on it, and you know, they know I'm gonna make a good matchup and a good show. And then for me, this is again a chance to get back into it. I left it for a long time, but when my brother was champ, I got to work under Scott Coker when he used to do Strikeforce kickboxing. When kickboxing was on ESPN2, you know, we're trying to get kickboxing and Muay Thai back to that level. You know.
I can't believe it never, like, it actually fell off. It's the stand-up striking is just the most entertaining part of fighting.
But it's coming back. It's just the right people involved around it. But people obviously love it. It's super exciting.
Oh, yeah.
But also Don Chargan. Don Chargan is a legend in the boxing game, legendary boxing promoter. And he even promoted like Muhammad Ali fights. But my brother used to fight for him when he turned pro as a boxer. My brother was a professional boxer too. He was representing for kickboxers at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was kickboxing world champion first, and then he went into boxing.
He transitioned into boxing. And then the word in boxing is kickboxers can't box.
Yeah.
And for the most part, that's true, especially against a high-level boxer.
That's crazy because your brother's styles definitely he looks like he's a boxer. Like if you watch him box, it looks like he's been like, you know, boxing.
His hands were nice. That's why they picked boxing and not MMA or something like that. But then my teenage coach, Nasser Navaroni, who we already mentioned before, he promoted a lot of shows. And then I was always right there during those promotions. So I know
to see it coming.
Yeah, I know
process coming up.
I know they're proud. You know, that I get my shot now. I'm old enough now, and then I get to try the promotional side of the business.
Yeah, that's cool. We're looking forward to seeing that.
Hell yeah.
So Eddie, the climb to the top for the belt.
Yeah.
So I heard you on another podcast that you were on recently, and you were talking about like your dedication to that belt, and that you know there's no rejoicing, celebrating until your goal is met. Getting that belt. What is, like, how are you going to achieve that?
By approaching each day the best that I can. The only thing we have control of is the day that we're in, what we do from when we wake up till we lay our head back down. You know what I mean? I can't rush anything. I can't force anything. All I can do is work as hard as I can with the days that I do get, and when I get my opportunities, you know, I should be ready. You know, as long as I stick to doing that.
That's all you can do.
Right.
That's all you can do, right?
Because you don't have anything scheduled for a next fight, so you're just at this point you're just staying ready and
doing my best to stay ready. You know, obviously.
But you're contracted for more fights.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm contracted for 3 more fights or a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So who's on the radar? Any possible opponents?
I'm just watching everyone in my weight class. You know, obviously, I'm looking for my, like, if I have a favorites, you know, of who I'm watching to battle. Since the goal is for me to try to get the belt.
Yeah. That's a dope looking belt.
I want whoever is in the way of that. I don't care who it is. I don't care what level. I don't need no tune-ups. I don't need nothing. Whoever they put in front of me, just something that I've learned about myself is I rise to the occasion. Whoever they put in front of me, I know I'm going to train hard and rise to the occasion. The better the opponent, the thing is, I'm not scared to fight people who are better than me. I want to fight people who are better than me because
that makes that win that much better.
The better the person standing in front of me, they bring things out of me that I can't bring out myself.
Yeah.
I need that level of talent in front of me in order to bring certain things out of me.
Totally.
You know? Sometimes in the past I've felt victim of that same circumstance by dropping down to the level, you know what I mean, if they're not on my level.
Yeah.
So it's like it works either way.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're in the show, so there's no building your career and doing this. You guys are there to fight and win on the big stage.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it's like when you arrive in the UFC, everyone there is seasoned professionals, and it's time to fight.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It's and you're a seasoned professional, and you're ready to fight whoever.
There's no and there's no tune-ups in
Yeah,
ONE FC.
this is it.
Oh,
This is the
they
big
just
league.
send you to the next.
He just fought Sidichai.
But I'm
Yeah.
But I'm saying who would like name one person that you would consider
A tune-up for-
a tune-up fight for anyone? Like everyone there is killer.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
and
right.
that's- and that's
you're
what we
right.
want.
You're right.
That's what we want in ONE FC. That's the top.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you want to see these guys even to get considered and brought in. You know, you got to be that level.
Yeah, yeah.
But who has the belt? What belt?
Taiwan Chai.
Aye.
Oh,
you're in that
holy
weight.
shit.
You're
He's
in
a
that
man
weight
right
class.
now.
So you're in the
Yeah, yeah.
you're in the best weight class.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the lower
there's
one
Taiwan
is
Chai,
that
one. That one.
There's Super Bon.
Yes.
There's Sidichai.
Yes, let's go.
You know, it's just like
Didn't
the
Taiwan
list
Chai
goes-
fight Haggerty? Aren't they in the same?
No.
What's What?
Haggerty fought Rotang. That's
Okay.
yeah, smaller.
Yeah, smaller weight class.
Tawan Chai, Super Bon, and then Super Bon. Petrosian was in that weight class, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I hope he's good. Like he had a nasty knockout, and we
Yeah.
haven't seen much of him. The doctor,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, but yeah, you're in the sickest weight class.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
know,
What a
man.
sick weight class. Too.
Man,
Yeah, man. How
I want
dope would it be to see
Abasolo
you?
Super Bon.
Yeah. I want to fly to Thailand to go watch you in Taiwan Chai fight.
I would love to stand across from any one of those guys.
Let's
You know?
go. Let's see
I would
it.
love it. I would love
I'm
it.
manifesting myself in Thailand, watching you fight Taiwan Chai.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, with that setting in those gloves, anything can happen.
Dude,
Yeah.
the
So I
spinning
love-
back elbow that you have is one of the most brutal. It's like up there with like Liam Harrison, Rod Tang. That just like that dip, like you lead in with the front and you dip it.
Let him
throw
do it on
back.
you.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Set it up, Eddie.
It's just a slip. Like if you could slip, then you can spin an elbow.
It's stylish. It's
Yeah.
it's cool, man. It's definitely. I've been watching your fights the last couple of days, brushing up on doing the homework. So
Sweet.
But yeah,
Yeah,
hearing you talk about it and like where your head's on that really gives you the chance. Like, you want to just be in there and given the opportunity. And we felt like that too. Like my brother was always waiting. We were waiting for the call from Oscar De La Hoya. Also, Fernando Vargas was another pro at that time. We just were waiting for that because we felt like we just need to get in the ring with that guy, and we got a great chance of winning. And that's part of it is even you're in position to get in there. You know,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like it's like the UFC. There's so many really good fighters, and they never even get a shot to step in the octagon.
Yeah.
You know, and if you do, you see all the upsets. You see all the upsets, especially with MMA gloves on. Guys getting clipped. You know, and
anytime
it changes
any
the
chance.
game, especially if your mind is open and you feel like you possess that chance. Then
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah. I feel comfortable fighting in the small gloves.
That's crazy.
Because in my first fight, when I fought Liam Nolan, it was at 170. He cracked me pretty good a couple times.
He's
You
a
know?
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is, man. Very skilled monster.
Weapons. Yeah.
I love his style. But I know that if I could take shots, you know, the punches and the kicks at that weight, then I have a real good chance at my weight.
That's a good point. Yeah, just that extra couple of pounds
Yeah.
goes a lot.
Yeah.
Man, those guys at that next weight class are different size, huh?
Yeah.
That guy's like what? He's like my height.
I have this, I don't know if it's an ego thing or little man syndrome thing or whatever they call it, you know, but I always look at bigger people and I feel like, oh, yeah, we're in the same weight class. I look at people my size and I'm like, nah, I'm bigger than that.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm bigger than I actually am.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You know?
that's a hell of a good thing.
So how big are you? How much you weighing? What do you walk around at?
Right now I'm like 170, 172. Yeah,
Solid.
which is not disciplined for me. You know, I'd prefer to walk around. When I'm on my stuff, I'm walking around 68, you know, fluctuating from 66 to 70, 66, 70.
What happened?
The hot dogs at my daughter's football games. That, you know what I mean?
That sodium and fucking gain 3 pounds of water.
Yeah,
Seriously, with the bun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So you got the seminar at Sittong Sai tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is that what? Are you staying up here also for? You're doing a seminar and this.
Yeah.
This is so okay. So
Yeah. So we got that.
two birds with one stone.
Yeah, hotel out here and just spend the day out here. You know.
Oh, that's the one you were saying that it was packed and you got Julian and.
Well, Josh has a little traditional gym, so he doesn't have that much room. So
Yeah.
when
Who's
you were coming up,
Josh? Which gym is this?
Josh, I don't know if you met Josh. Josh is an old friend of mine. I trained him for a couple fights when he first moved to Sacramento. He's from Oregon in the Tong Sai team. Shout out Josh. And then him and Eddie are old friends. And then, they're going to do a lesson tomorrow at 10 and noon. And then I messaged Josh and I'm like, listen, I have 120 boxers. Like, you want me to send some guys? You know, they'd love to meet Eddie. And he's like, send 2.
Yeah.
You know, so we got Cooper and Julian, two of the captains from Teenage Mafia, going to come over, and they just really want a chance to meet you, and like they're inspired, we're all fans, man.
Yeah,
that's dope.
We're all fans of you.
I'm fans of fans, man.
Yeah,
you know?
And these kids
like,
are sick. Once
inspirational.
You see them,
Yeah.
like these guys are good already.
And man, I just like the reason why I'm a fan of a fan is because I know how important presence is. Kai Hollenbeck, for example, when I would go up and train on every Friday, we would go to Crew Sam's and spar those guys. Right when I was finishing up my smokers, going into amateurs, Kai Hollenbeck and Michael Menanquil, right? And this is after Michael Menanquil beat Danny Steele.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, which was huge. So training with these guys and being able to spar with them and stand across from them and have them help me out and like in person, you know what I mean? Like these guys are already accomplished professionals, and I'm like, I could reach out and touch you, and you know what I mean? Like, man, it's not so far fetched.
Yeah,
you know, I could do that too. Like, it's possible. Those two are the real reason why I thought it was possible.
That's an interesting point that you bring up there with seeing people in person and touching them, and I always thought it was interesting how the culture in the Bay Area was more open to cross training amongst the gyms.
Yeah.
Compared to the NorCal scene, the NorCal gyms, most of them, they would never let their students go to some other gym. And then we noticed, and I'm like that. I'm very traditional like that. Well, it depends.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I learned that from my coach, and that's how it was. But I noticed in the Bay that the community really moves around and works with each other, and they have these open sparring sessions, and then even yourself, you know, training at different gyms. How does that go? Is that the same for everyone, or certain guys get that pass?
I would say
because not just anybody can walk into your gym and like
No, like someone
guys,
else's
right?
fighter, like someone else's fight team, go to another gym to train that day.
Well, I feel like obviously, if I'm gonna send people over to your gym, right, or vice versa, to spar, I'm gonna make sure that the people that I send, one, you're not gonna send to me, or vice versa, unless we trust each other, know each other, communicate with each other what's going on. You know what I mean? So we're all on the same page. Also, I wouldn't send anyone over, or I'm sure vice versa, that wouldn't display proper conduct. You know what I mean? Respect your gym. Make sure that they're not acting out. You know what I mean? And
they weren't going to cancel their membership at your gym and sign up at this other place.
Yeah,
that too.
Yeah. And hey, man, if that happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it happens a lot. If that were to happen, I was to send people over and they feel like that would be the better fit, not saying that it's always easy, but I don't want no one to train with me that doesn't want to train with me. Like, that's perfectly fine. If you feel happier somewhere else, like, that's perfectly fine, you know? I understand that there's some things that I'm sure I'm still learning since I'm a new owner and new coach, and, you know, it's my first, like, team that's mine. That people, just because we're not compatible, don't mean that I'm a bad person and you're a good person, or vice versa. It's just we could both be great people, you know, just like a relationship. It's just we're not compatible. You know, wherever you feel like you can grow the most, if it's not here and you feel like it's over there, cool. The quicker the transition and you make that decision, the better, because the less you're going to waste my time, the less I'm going to waste your time, and you'll be happy. You know, you won't be resentful or whatnot. But if it gets to a point to where you're like, you go somewhere, then you bounce back, then you go somewhere, it's like, man, you're not building a solid foundation anywhere. And if that's already a characteristic for you, then maybe here isn't the place. Or you can be a member, and you know, I won't put as much into you as the other fighters.
That's really well put. Yeah. And then if they want to go, show them the door, right? Help them. You know, help them. Tell them. You know, give them some advice where to train.
But it like, those people also need to understand that, like, I'm happy, but you know, and you have the freedom to do what you want, but you don't have the same access to me as you used to. You know what I mean? I still love you, but you don't have that same access to me.
That's
you know?
great. Well said.
And that's a great leadership characteristic, is that approach where you're not guilt tripping people in and making them feel a certain kind of way for doing this, and trying to protect your bottom line, you know, your membership. I've been around some of that. I always wanted my students, I didn't want them to cross train, because I was always blessed to where I had what they needed under one roof. But there has been times when I lost my gym and it was just like 10 of us, and I needed special sparring. So then I would reach out to friends of mine in the industry, and we would come together on that. And that was a cool thing too. It's like, you know, people trying to help me out when I was in a bad spot, and they knew I would do the same for them. You know, that was on some real martial art energy. But also, what I learned from my teacher, and what I still think is kind of goes back to what I was talking about with you being able to see these dangerous fighters in person, is when you don't cross train, the competition and the outsiders of your team, they don't get to see you until it's time for war. You don't know how tall we are. You
no
don't know
smiles, no laughs.
Well, even
no
like
emotions.
Even the speed and the patterns and everything. You only see that, and that's an old battle tactic. You know, it's like Napoleon. You know, you never let your enemy be around so much that they learn your art of war. Also,
don't let them know your favorite food. Don't let them know your favorite color.
And then once you talk to someone and you're around them as a human, you're like, oh, they're human. But when you don't, and you just hear about them, and you see them knocking people out, it builds a mystique.
You find their Achilles heel.
And then that was a huge deal back before the televised era of fighting too. You would read about fights in newspaper or hear it on the radio, and then they would make people seem 10 feet tall. And then
they'd even lie about their height.
Just the mystique and you thinking about it would build it into something bigger. And then we've always used that. You know, I've only when it's a good relationship like you talk about, do we cross train? And that's limited, but it's not a normal thing. Even like mixing at all these mixers, like now they got all these youth camps and all this stuff, and we only participate a little bit. But even my teenage team has this bit of a fear factor now. They just see us pop up randomly. I only let them do like 3 or 4 a year, but then I show up with about 12 of these kids, and they're all bad. And the other teams notice, you know, and then they can't. They're not sure what's going on yet. You know, and they're not hanging out. They're all gentlemen. They're all good young athletes, but they're not powwowing. where they become buddies.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? We
Yeah.
keep the armies separate.
Yeah.
They're
But,
walking around like the Z Boys.
But yeah,
Got like Jay Adams and the fucking Tony Alva.
just like we
Julian's
used
got
to
his
do.
shirt off and
yeah.
walking around.
It's like the Warriors,
Yeah, exactly.
gang wars.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah, I love
But
that movie.
Yeah, I always thought that was interesting, and I always thought it showed a lot of character on the leader to allow and even inspire his students to go train at Eddie's seminar. And go see what else is out there, and you're not gonna run away if you go see someone else that does this. I always like my students to go to Thailand, and what they saw was coaches having us do this. It just solidified what I'm doing here. Like when you go,
It's authentic.
Well, yeah, you get to see, like, actually, in a lot of ways, I'm gonna do more. You know, I talk too much.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you too much detail with the Thais unless you're there for a while. Like, I remember my pad holder, Crew San, shout out Crew San, big power team, and Crew Dam, the head pad holder at Sitman Chai, Crew Dam. These guys watched me throw my right kick for about 2 weeks. And I'd been training, 20 years. My right kick's decent, I thought. And then after these pad sessions with Crew San for 2 weeks, I'm warming up in the morning, and both of them are standing there, Crew San and Crew Dam, the head man. And they're both talking, and they start demonstrating how I throw my right kick, and they're kind of making fun of it.
Yeah.
The Thais have this way of teaching you by shaming you.
Yeah.
But it's in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, you need
It's
to have
out
a
of
sense
love.
of
Have some
humor.
humility.
Yeah.
And then-
I'm going to show you
and
how
then-
you suck.
And then Crew Dam's like,
Putting a 10 on a 2, huh? Just
yeah,
like
like,
extra on
they're
it.
like, what are you doing with your arm? Like,
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And first of all, when I tried what they told me, the adjustments to make, I had reasons for doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because I'd been coaching myself, and I'm tall, and I adjusted the fundamentals. But they changed me to how they liked it. And after I implemented it for about a week, nastier. Better. I relearned my right kick after 20 years. I came back from Thailand with a better right kick.
Hell yeah.
And also, they were testing to see if my ego was bruised by them making fun of me, and if I was open to learning. Like, oh, you're a master teacher. You send your students here. Let's see actually how much you know. Like, how good of a human are you? If we show you something, is he going to take it? And some dudes don't. Their pride gets hurt. And I've been doing this much time.
This works for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
I've been doing this for...
I'm like, please show me some more stuff.
Yeah.
And I felt blessed. Like, you can go to Thailand and you can get any trainer. There's so many trainers in that country.
Yeah.
But when I went there, Thailand blessed me with some of the best pad holders in the game.
Nice.
yeah.
And that doesn't have to happen. So I'm like, man, like, I must have put some coins in the lucky pond, because
That's
I
how
got
I
the
felt.
sickest setup right
That's
now.
how I felt when I got to hit pads with Moonlight at Sitson Pinong. You know what I mean? He's the man over there.
That's a blessing.
All the other
Those
pad
masters-
holders are phenomenal as well. But from my understanding, Moonlight was the head honcho. you
Yeah,
know?
those top level-
They were giving you love. Like, Thailand was showing you love right there.
Yeah.
Because they could have gave you the underranked, the lesser ranked pad man.
Well, I did start with other pad men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was fortunate enough to
Finally
Me?
get the
Me?
big boss.
Yeah, we're all hitting the bag, and they're taking turns.
Yeah.
Holding pads for people.
Man,
That's
after
cool.
I went to the dancing party, the big boss PA took us to the disco, and I showed him my dance moves. Then they let me hold pads,
Oh yeah.
which they never do.
Yeah.
Like, that's their job.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a pad holder, I take pride in being a pad expert, or I work on that craft a lot. They don't let you hold pads. That's their job. But
a good pad holder is like, it's such a difference, man. It makes it that much more fun, especially when they like react back to you.
It was just their way of like showing me love. Like that was a special compliment. And then I just was punching pads, because they know my brother was a boxer. And, Regan's got good hands, let's see. And then I held pads for Pan Sitmonchai, and he's like the big fighter out of Sitmonchai Thai, but big. He's like 6'4", right kick breaks. I seen him break fool's arm at max. And in the other corner when Pan fought, it was Matt Lucas. Matt Lucas, Matt?
Yeah.
He was running the other guy's corner, and that guy was actually out of Philadelphia. And that fought Pan, and Pan just kept kicking him in the arm and broke his arm like we seen Tawanchai do. Yeah. But homie finished the fight.
Oh damn!
And went to the ER after. Yeah. But yeah, when I patted Pan up, I was doing my normal thing, and when I called for the right hand, this guy was trying to punch me in the face.
He aimed for your face.
Yeah, and I had to catch it. Like I had to block it. And he did it once, and I was like, did he just try to hit me? And then he did it again, like, and San's watching, like they're in on this shit together, But I'm too quick. Like, I think I'm a little quicker than him, even though he's a 160 something pounder.
Yeah,
I am fast hands, for an old man, 200 pounder. But then afterwards, I was talking to Willie and Tom. And I was like, man, this happened. Like, this fool was trying to punch me in the face. Like, and he's like, oh, the cheeky bastard. So they give me the compliment to hold the pads, but then they're trying to punch me in the face.
Yeah.
So whatever, bring it on.
Really testing your ego.
Hey, when we clinched though, I won. I off balance him, but I'm 40 pounds heavier, and whatever. He's just a Thai boy. Yeah, he's just a Thai boy. Hey, but I was having a lot of fun there in my 40s, Eddie. I was doing all the running, hitting the pads, and actually my last trip over before COVID, I was supposed to fight in Bangkok. I was like in hella good shape, and they're like, "You want fight?" I'm like, yeah, like when do you ever gonna get to fight in Bangkok?
I know, right?
And I'm from the apartments over here. In my generation, no one went to Thailand. It was like John Wayne Parr, and that's it. Yeah, like no one was going to Thailand in the '90s. Like so, and then here I am, and in shape, and they offer me a fight. You're taking that,
hell yeah.
And then
take the experience.
Yeah, but then I got this big old rash on my head.
Oh, that's right. The story
it spread. We were down in Pattaya to do a Max Muay Thai. I was going to run the corner. That's another story. But I had these couple of look like mosquito bites. But then within 24 hours, this thing spread out on my head.
Damn.
They took me to the clinic, and the doctor's laughing. Ha ha ha. They give me 3 types of antibiotics. It went away, but I was tripping.
What was it from?
It's like it was like
touching ladyboys.
That's what they thought. They're like, oh, you get a hooker? Like, it was from the mat. It was some mat rash.
Oh, damn.
Luckily curable, but after you do your training, don't lay down with your head on the mat.
Ugh, gross. I'm like coming from jiu-jitsu into the Muay Thai scene, motherfuck, like we ruined the mats. We're just like on the mats, off the mats, on the mats, off the mats, barefoot.
We got better at going to Thailand though. We got better at. We used to get sick every time. We got better. We would start training before and boosting our immune system. Also, we wouldn't push on the gas pedal in training camp until we had climatized and got our sleep right. And then we weren't trying to rush because we were there for at least a month. So we got smarter.
How long does it take for you to climatize, would you say?
I'd be rocking and rolling after about 10 days in. I'm rocking.
Wow, so that long to kind of just get.
Well, it's getting used to
get the food, the water, the sleep, all that stuff. I'd imagine the water alone,
but also it's getting used to their training regimen. Although I was training for it here before I would go, it's 3 to 6 miles first, and then 40 minutes on the pads, like big boy pad power style with Cruson. So you're not showing up there used to that. That's going to take some, and then you see them again at 4:30. and you do 40 more minutes. So you got to ease into that. But after about 10 days, I'm like,
Find the rhythm.
Where's my pad holder?
Yeah.
Like I was smashing the routines. At first, if you smash, you'll go die somewhere in the corner and puke, and you got to pace yourself.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, all fun and fun to do it in my 40s. But yeah, then I realized, and I looked around, I'm like, man, all these people are in their 20s. I need to chill.
Yeah.
Where's the beer? And they would get me in trouble. I would drink some Chang or some Leo.
Yeah.
Leo, that was our favorite Thai beer. What's your guys'
Leo?
favorite Thai beer?
I haven't had that.
I don't drink beer, but I've had the whiskey. I don't know. I don't know what brand it is out there.
Yeah.
But
I drink a lot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
They love that American whiskey.
Yes. But yeah, I was there to like run my fighters' corners and like just enjoy Thailand, and but they would like treat me like a fighter. Like, you're here to train. You only you can have 2 beers. He told me 2 beers on the weekend.
You're like, shit, I already had 2 for breakfast.
Mao, you Mao. You're drunk. Mao.
Yeah.
Mao, that's what they say.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not.
What, during training?
Meow.
No, just like never during training. No.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The worst. Can you drink and train at the same time? Like, are you? Like, I can smoke. I can
they
smoke.
would kick your
I can
ass.
get all high in the parking lot and come in and do work.
If
I
they-
could not drink a beer and then get to work. I
Nah.
get hot belly and.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I hardly drink like ever.
Do you like the alcohol? Like, do you like the like?
Not really.
Were you ever into it, or was it?
I was in high school, and I used to just be confused because I'm allergic
Everybody
to
likes
it.
Yeah. Okay.
How?
I get the Asian glow everywhere. Like, I turn this color red everywhere.
Yeah.
And then like all my scars start to pop out. You could just see it.
Whoa.
Dude, it's like fire water,
And
huh?
it feels like that. It feels like someone's got me in a chokehold, like my airways.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fuck,
I remember
that
being in
doesn't
high
sound good.
school and like, man, like this was. I thought everyone felt the same way I was feeling. Get drunk every weekend.
Another
Yeah. I'm
shot
like,
off
damn,
the-
like, you guys think this shit is fun? Like,
I'm having an allergic reaction.
You're over
Yeah.
here struggling to survive, and
Yeah.
everyone
This is strong. Like,
Yeah.
you guys do this all the time.
yeah. Like, this shit is not fun.
Yeah,
But,
that's kind of a blessing.
yeah,
it is. No, it's good to
is.
realize that early because
Shit is poison.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
love it.
I'll have a nightcap sometimes, depending on if my muscles are sore. Some I'll have a shot of whiskey at at the house.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just a little micro dose of some whiskey.
Yeah.
It's ancient.
Yeah.
It sure is. It sure is.
Unwind and yeah.
What else you got on that?
No, we
List
covered a
of-
lot.
We
you
did.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
awesome.
yeah.
For real?
Banger.
Damn.
How about
But
that,
you-
Joe Rogan?
Hey,
what's up.
and that's easy work. We could have went down the rabbit hole.
We haven't even sparked up the blunt yet.
Yeah. But Eddie, thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it. This is really our second official episode, and to have someone at the top of our sport come and support it, that means a lot.
Yeah.
Man, it means a lot
really
having
does.
me, man. You
Yeah.
know, it's like this, like everything else, is just a blessing.
For sure.
Well, we're looking forward to having you on here again further down the line when you're that much closer to that belt. And,
Yeah, that'd
and
be dope.
definitely when you get that belt,
Yeah,
I want to see you back here.
yeah. I will. We're gonna
Hell
set
yeah.
it right here.
Fuck
We're
yeah.
gonna set it right here.
Hell yeah. That's a pretty looking belt, man. I like that one over the UFC. I feel
It's
like
heavy too.
it looks like it's got some girth to the thing. Like
Yeah.
it's like a sturdy chunk of metal. So.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to touch that thing one day.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have your gloves? Did you keep the fight gloves?
Yeah.
You got the ONE FC gloves?
Yeah, they issue us new ones every fight.
And
Oh,
you-
sweet.
and those are
Yeah.
yours.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'd be wearing those to the store. Just one. Just
pumping gas.
one.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson. Like a pinky ring or something.
What?
I know, right? Scratching your head,
Like a
just trying to
gauntlet.
make it
Yeah.
Remember the gauntlet?
Yeah.
There's
I
no
remember
laws
this-
against wearing gauntlets.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you could fucking wear the big old fucking it's like-
Iron glove.
and then you get the elbow pad and then the fucking chainmail tunic and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, shit, Eddie.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so
It's
much
been
for
awesome.
coming. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. Ezra, thanks for showing up and doing what you do. We wouldn't be here without you.
Yeah, this is really an amazing thing to be a part of. It's just like an idea, and to watch it all come together, something else. You know, when an idea comes reality. Look, we got Eddie. We got Hollywood Chris.
Hell yeah, Chris. Thanks for making us look good, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's episode 2 of Muay TV. Over and out.
Awesome, guys.
Right on, guys.
Oh, that was tight.
That was